Well, this will be part 2 because I somehow shut you down. So I didn't want you to miss. I'll be posting that shorter video in this one because, you know, we did the color mixing and we did the sketch. So rather than delete that, we'll just post both. So there'll be part 1 and part 2. All right. All right, let's start with, I could start any way I wanted. I keep saying that. I could start with the darkest part of the flower or the lightest part of the flower. I think we'll start with it. And it's going to be hard to see what I'm doing because I'm painting this on this toned canvas, which is not that much different than a lot of these colors. So uh-oh, I saw my ant again. Oh, there's more than one. I got that one. Well, they must love these. They must be in there like eating on them, huh? I just want to catch them when they come out of there so they don't go running around in here. And they're big ants. They're kind of like a carpenter ant. So I'm working with that crimson and ultramarine. I'm working with my darkest value, which I did lighten up just a little bit. It's not, you know. You know, and there's different ways to go at this. You could just mass in the whole thing and then come in and explain things. I did a workshop years ago with Nancy Frank, who does beautiful roses and flowers. She's really beautiful. And she actually took this rubber knife that you see me use. She actually took one of these, which I do sometimes for backgrounds, and she like blocked in her whole flower shape real quick. And you would be surprised how much that felt like a flower, just that quick. And that's how she started. You know, and then she would go in with lighters and dark, light and dark. So everybody has their way, but you know, it doesn't make it wrong or right. So just jumping from flower to flower and putting in the darks where I see them. Trying to squint. Okay, we're going to wipe that off. This is that kind of gray pink that we made that has the green in it. Trying to squint. Yeah, they're a very multi-layered flower. My goodness. But I gotta make sure, I reserve those lights. That's my main goal here. And we may even go with a palette knife later. This area is real light, that's why I'm not hitting it. And this area is very lit. And then all of this part of this flowers and some of the petals sticking up is catching nice light, so. Even down in the bottom there. That's that really light area. A little bit there. And you may even know this is a cool pink. Might be interesting to put some cad red light in there even and, warm up an area. Let's do that. I'm going to put a little bit of it in there. That's a pretty color too, and see, I warmed that up. So I'm just trying to look at, like always, shapes and values, and I kind of like that cad red light in there. I may want to take these outside when I'm done, these stupid ants. Yeah, I'm going to warm that up a little bit. I think we'll move on to the the greens for now. I'm not saying they're done at all, but they're blocked in. Let me look one more time here. And I think there's a good chance we'll end up, you know, probably with a palette knife. I like the 3D effect it gives you with flowers. All right, let's make some green. Ultramarine, Indian yellow, and a little red to kill the intensity of the green. That is very dark. Let's go ahead and we'll lighten it a little bit. Still a nice rich dark green. I lighten it with a little cad yellow medium instead of white. All right, let's look for these leaves where we see them. Nice thing to do with flowers, if you like to do flowers. I have over the years saved some of those flower water tubes. You know, when you get arrangements from the florist, you could probably purchase them too. And if you want to lay a flower in an arrangement and not have it in a vase, you know, for water, stick them in that water tube, and then you can lay them, you know, any place, and they'll stay fresh longer. You know, if you want to lay one down on the table, or just a suggestion for you. There's a bit of a one there. Some of these leaves didn't have much of a stem. I'm going to move that. Ignore that. We're not doing that. Yeah, some of them didn't have much of a stem, and I stuck them in, and I think they kind of moved around. We got out of the house today, just went for a walk, and just drove around. It was nice. And there's a bicycle walking path around near here. They're everywhere, of course. And this one, I think they built it on railroad tracks at one time, and it has old telephone poles randomly. Really neat old wood. They look like skeletons standing there, but I just love the history, you know. And I remembered we have some of them, but at one time they used to have glass insulators on, you know, every one of the little knobs that ran across little. But yeah, I own a few of those. I can't imagine you would find one now. I'm sure everybody has scooped them up, right? All right, let's move on. Let's let's look at the jar now. I'm going to clean my brush. I don't use a lot of phthalo, but I like phthalo for these ball jars. I have clear ones too, but I find I tend to go to these blue-green more. So I'm gonna move over here and mix up some blue-green colors. Some phthalo, some yellow, which pulls it very green. Throw some white in there. Ooh, it's pretty. Might even want some ultramarine in there to pull it more toward the blue. Different colors have different tinting strengths too, you'll notice. You know, they just have more power to do what you want. So I did the same thing. I did 3 values. I didn't bring you over here, I'm sorry. And I think we'll go after the darkest part of the jar first. Isn't that a pretty color? The light is real, the water is really, there's some nice lights in it. And as far as the lettering on the jar, that's up to you. I mean, whether you want to do it. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's something you have to go back at later and really focus on too. And I've got to lighten these stems and leaves that's down in here too, you know. Really nice thing about having the tone now is I can decide, you know, how much of this I want to cover up. I've went a little darker in here because it's I've got that dark screen behind it, and it is dark down to a certain point, you know, and I might just want to pull all the way, I don't know. I am going to go ahead and lighten up a few of these leaves in here. chunk. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I haven't seen that other ant poke out again. I'm watching for him. All right, let's see where the highlights are on this guy. Makes a difference what kind of light you use too. This light is round, and it's made a round circle there, which I don't love, so I'm not necessarily doing that. I think before we go any further, we're going to block the background in. Oh, I see him. I got him. He's part of the flower now. I squished him. Yeah, I mean, I want to keep those in my house, huh? They've got to be in there eating right, or they'd come out. They've been cut now for like half an hour. I see another one in there. I squished him. Jeez, old Pete. Anyway, like I said, I think I'm going to run that up off of there. All right, background. Let's think about the background. I went with that gray-green on the irises. These are pink and green. This painting is basically pink and green. Okay, again, I'm going to go with a gray background, but I want to keep it. Do we want to keep it light? The flowers are light. They would probably pop more with a dark background. Backgrounds are tricky, I'm always saying that. I'm trying a dark background. You know, if I don't like it, it doesn't matter. We'll scrape it off. I would recommend to you, though, if backgrounds are a big issue for you, that you get a lot of fabric, tablecloths work great, whatever, and try different fabrics behind it before you start. You know, so again, you've got all that information before you start. You know, if they're a big issue for you and you find you don't like, and you still might not like it, but, and I do have a lot of tablecloths, and I could be doing that. I have a lot of old antique tablecloths, vintage kind of patterns that are very fun. Done a few of those here and there, but some people put a lot of work into their tablecloths. Have you seen that? Try and kind of look at the shape of the peonies as I'm painting around them. Kind of looking at these edges as I'm painting around them, you know, trying to get some of that. Kind of give them that. See, that pink is kind of nice now that we're painting that background in, I think. One of the gals I paint with on Tuesday, she also, maybe I said this to you, she also uses water mixable oils, but she feels like she can't get a completed painting with them. She'll do like a block in, and I don't know why that is. To me, they're like anything else. I don't know what brand she's using. I've heard people complain about the Winsor Newton and the water mixable oils, that they feel sticky, especially when they're outside. I do not have that with the Cobra, so maybe it's the brand she's using. I don't know. Or sometimes I think it's just your mindset. You think you can't, like, I cannot finish a painting in an hour and a half, you tell yourself. Well, you can, you know, tell yourself you can. Set a timer and do it. I mean, and she may be of the mindset that she just can't do a finished painting with them outside, but you can. Why not? All right, we're going to lighten up the bottom. use that same color and throw more white in it. I even had a little pink, believe it or not, in that. I just grabbed some of the pink. We'll grab some of that for the bottom too. Look how blue that feels. It doesn't feel that way here. That orange is affecting it, I'm quite sure. Isn't that funny? They always, every color around affects the colors that you lay in, every value. Goes to show you. And I may not even like that light bottom. I may want it all dark. Let's just kind of block it in and look at it. Yeah, I don't think I like it. We can try taking it up into here and seeing how we feel about it. And you notice how I'm just blending right into the jar. I don't want the jar to be hard edged, so soften that up to push that like it's behind in the glass, you know. That's the only real bright highlights I've got. Like I said, that water line kind of has some. And I could flip this upside down and make sure that feels symmetrical. I do that frequently. I don't know that I'm going to do that today, but maybe later. checking for ants. I don't like bugs. All right, I think we're going to get our palette knife and we're going to take a warm red, a very light warm red, and think about hitting some parts on this flower, make it a little more dimensional. I do want to come down over the There's an artist I've mentioned before named Beth Carris. She's a Cincinnati artist that does just breathtaking flowers. Just beautiful. Look her up. I think Carris. K-A. Oh gosh, I'm not completely sure how you spell her name. I follow her on Facebook, and she just did a workshop at the Women's Art Club. Flowers, they're just gorgeous. They're just right. I don't know if you've seen the work of Richard Smid, but he's passed away, but his flowers were just gorgeous and soft, and hers are like that. Just beautiful. I see another ant. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to leave these in the house, am I? They're full of ants. I don't know how people bring them inside. And I find it strange they stay in there so long, and so obviously they're in there eating, right? It must be sweet and yummy. I mean, you really could paint the whole thing with palette knife, couldn't you? And I probably will put the lettering because I think it kind of needs it. Kind of want that flower over the jar a little more. Like I said, they're a very complicated flower. But I'm really trying to get like the essence of them. I'm not really trying to, oh my God, it'd drive you crazy, I think, to paint every petal. I just want you to look at them and feel like you're looking at a peony. Nice. I did have a little bud in there too that disappeared. I don't know if it would add, you know, usually you go for odd numbers and I've got 3. I think I'll quit there. Like I said, there'll be a part 1 and part 2. Think about whether I want to put the lettering in. I did have a little leaf here that we lost. We'll kind of put that back in. Kind of suggest maybe a couple little leaves. I keep throwing in some of the kind of flower color. All right, so put a suggestion of yeah, I definitely think I'll be putting the word ball in. So it's like anything else. So look over there and see what I usually start dark and then put in the little highlights that you see. I do that, but I think I wanted to set up a little while. So, oh, I like that we left some of that orange poking through. That's a nice thing about the tone. So let's put a little, our little mat on it. Take a look at it. These flowers are going back outside. All these ants, you know. Kind of give you an idea if you framed it. And all the texture in the flowers. Not perfect. I'm sure I'll be tweaking it. And again, I think I'm going to put the lettering. So a little more work, but again, hopefully we accomplished what we wanted and we painted impressionistic poppies. Poppies. They're not poppies. Peonies. I do love poppies. I don't have any, or we'd paint those next. All right. I'm going back on the ant hunt. I see another one. They're driving me crazy. All right. Thanks for joining me. Good night.